I'm not just going to be giving you just super high level overviews. We're going to get down into the nitty gritty. I want you to be able to walk away from this webinar today and implement strategies to grow your business. So if you're down for implementing strategies to grow your business, and you're down for getting more clients and more at bats, give me a heck yes in the chat. So that way I know you are here, you're engaged, and we can really hit the ground running too. All right, so in the Q&A or the chat, tell me which of you does any kind of farming of communities and neighborhoods now? Let me know if you do that. Drop that in the Q&A or the chat, because we're about to turn your farming thoughts on their head. Modern farming is, you can see on the platform here, modern farming is omnichannel. And what I mean by that, so when you think of farming, neighborhood farming, community farming, the old school method was, well, I'm going to send postcards to this neighborhood every single month until people start calling me. And that was kind of it. It was postcards. Maybe it was the occasional door hangers. Maybe it was trying to pick up the phone and call people if you could get a hold of numbers. Maybe it was just door knocking in a neighborhood. Okay, and those are all fine and dandy, but those are definitely old school methods of farming. So we're still going to leverage some of that. We're going to add some technology to it, but we're also going to look at a bigger picture for farming areas and neighborhoods. So as you can see here, it's omnichannel. This is going to be leveraging multiple platforms to create a farming strategy for your business. Our target audience is the same. We're targeting areas or neighborhoods, just like we have in the past. ROI term, medium to long. And I'll make a note on this. I would argue that the majority of strategies are going to at least be medium term. Some are going to yield fruit a little bit faster. But I think the majority of strategies are going to be medium term. What do I mean by medium term? Medium term, really, in my mind, means 90 to 180 days. Now, my personal opinion, any strategies that you choose to implement in your business, I would recommend keeping those strategies implemented for a minimum of 180 days. If you review it after 90 days and make tweaks as needed, that's fine. But you're really not seeing the potential of any strategy unless you've implemented it and executed at a consistent level for at least 6 months. So that's my recommendation for any strategies that you take on. And then the cost, this particular strategy is going to vary in cost because there's so many different methods to go about this strategy. This strategy could be everything from free to, relatively expensive, depending on the choices that you make. So let's go ahead and dive in. So one of the most critical components of modern day farming is leveraging long form content. And so long form content, in this day and age, long form is really any video content over 2 minutes, considered long form. Now, YouTube, world's second largest search engine, right behind Google, who happens to own YouTube, right? And so it's got over 4.5 billion with a B monthly organic visits, which is actually more than Google, right? 18% more to be specific. And so leveraging the power of YouTube to create a hyper-local strategy. And hyper-local is what we're after here. What I want to help create for you with this strategy is being the digital mayor of your community or your neighborhood by being everywhere and being the go-to resource for that neighborhood, area, or community. And leveraging YouTube to help create this hyper-local strategy is critical. It also allows you to create marketing that never sleeps. When you create videos and you put them online, they are there for people to find 24 hours a day and then reach out to you. So if I were creating a hyper-local YouTube channel today, here are some examples of some topics for videos that I would create. Top X reasons to move to a certain location. So I think we've got Vanessa on today, and Vanessa, if I'm not mistaken, is in the Abilene area. So maybe Vanessa gets a YouTube channel up and running, and she names the channel something to do with Abilene, all about Abilene. And she creates, for her first video is the top 3 reasons that you should be moving to Abilene. And she creates a long form video, I would say 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops, on those top 3 reasons to move to Abilene. Top X things to know before moving. Okay, let's use Vanessa's example again. Hey, top 5 things that you as a home buyer need to understand before moving to Abilene. Right? These are questions that people have. When people are looking to move to a location, they're asking, they want to know, hey, is this a good idea? What are the reasons to move? Why is this a good place? What are some things that I need to understand about where I'm looking before I pull the trigger on it? Okay. This next one's one of my favorites. Top X reasons not to move somewhere. Now, this is a salacious headline, and this is meant to be a very eye-catching hook to get people's attention. You know, this might be, hey, the top 3 reasons that you should not be moving to Abilene, right? So that's going to get people's attention. And then you can go into some humble brag stuff about Abilene. Hey, if you like a tight-knit community where everybody knows everybody, and they have a sense of community, Abilene is not for you, right? So, okay, well, that's now the people watching your video are say, oh, well, I actually like those things. So now you're using a little bit of reverse psychology, but you're attracting people by telling them, hey, if you don't like this, this is not the place for you, right? And so you're also attracting the people that are specifically after what your location, where you're looking to farm, offers. Best places to XXX. Hey, best places to go out to eat, or best places to dine in Abilene. Top three seafood restaurants in Denton, right? Easy video. Now, what's really cool is you go with that video, maybe you interview the business owner, maybe you do a review of the restaurant, you eat there, you do some video on site. Easy stuff. Next one, X communities in city you need to know about. Hey, here's the top 3 neighborhoods in Northlake that you need to be aware of as a home buyer. Awesome, simple stuff. Local business owner interviews, I mentioned that. Tours around town. So let's say again, you're talking about Abilene. Take your viewers on a tour around Abilene with stops at highlights, at landmarks, at places of interest. These are all videos that you can create, 5, 10, 15-minute videos to showcase your knowledge and your expertise for the area that you're wanting to farm. Now, the long form content, I'll be honest with you, this piece of the puzzle, it's free to get everything set up, YouTube page, all that fun stuff. Here's where you could run in some cost, and I do highly recommend hire a videographer. Doesn't have to be a $10,000 an hour videographer, but hire a videographer, unless you've got somebody that that's good with the camera or your phone, and get somebody that you can film, and that way you can source the editing. Editing takes a long time. You can use, there's a lot of resources where you can outsource editing, like a Fiverr. If you're not familiar with things like that, definitely connect with me afterwards. So long form content, phenomenal tool to help become hyper local when you're farming an area. Definitely one of the components of modern farming. And so as such, short form video is going to be a big part of that component as well. Again, farming nowadays is omni-channel. It is all these different marketing aspects to showcase you as the expert. So casting a super wide net at the top of your funnel of this strategy. So you've got your hyper-local strategy and you've got a funnel, right? At the bottom of the funnel is you have a new client. At the top of the funnel is all of the different ways that you're going to attract clients to you. So short form content, another fantastic one. Short form, as you can see, 2 minutes and under. This is your TikToks. This is your Facebook and Instagram Reels. This is your YouTube Shorts, all of that. Utilizing these videos increases your audience, magnifies your brand, and it also helps connect you with the over 200 million Americans who consume short form video every single year. Now, last I checked, I think we've got like 330 million-ish people in our country. So 2/3 of them consume short form content. So this is a phenomenal tool to make sure that you're reaching as many people as possible. You're casting a really wide net. So I talked about real estate adjacent industries earlier in our last strategy. Here, we have the ability to talk about real estate adjacent content. So real estate is not always the sexiest topic. When people go on short form videos, they either want to be entertained, they want to be educated, or they want to be uplifted or motivated. So we can create content that does one of those three things, but it doesn't always have to be about real estate. So a few examples here. Some of these are real estate, filing a homestead exemption. So real estate agents, how often do you have a conversation about filing homestead exemption, or do you get clients that ask you how to file a homestead exemption? Now, I would say that it's something that comes up on a regular basis for me. So understanding your audience and understanding the questions and proactively creating content to answer those questions. Protesting property taxes, another one. We deal with this all the time. Every year, we get clients that reach out to us. Hey, can you run comps? Hey, my taxes went up. What do I need to do? Great way to educate your clients. Home price appreciation, neighborhood spotlights, business spotlights. I talked about long form content and interviewing business owners. No reason you can't do snippets of that with short form content. Lots of different options. You can also talk about finance. Having finances in order are an important way for buyers to prepare for the home buying journey. And so educating clients on how to prepare to purchase a home. Talking about home maintenance, home renovation. These are all great examples. Now, I didn't put this on the slide, but one other note that I'll make is once you've recorded long form content, those YouTube videos, you can leverage the power of things like AI, take that long form content and turn it into a plethora of short form content. You could take a 10, 15-minute video and turn it into 5, 10, 15 short form videos, 30, 60-second clips. So that way you've got a multitude of content all from the same activities that you've already done. All right, how are we doing on time? We're doing well. Community events. So being hyperlocal and being involved in the community go hand in hand. If you're going to be hyperlocal and you're going to leverage the hyperlocal strategy, you want to make sure that you're seen, known, liked, and trusted in your community. So a critical part of this strategy is hosting events that the public can attend, or teaming up with local business owners, teaming up with local amateur sports teams to host events, be prominent within those events. And teaming up with business owners and other entities, other parties also helps you kind of keep the cost investment down as well. The object is not to spend as much as you can. The object is to get a solid return on investment for the time and the money that you do spend. So you can see here a couple of key components. You always want to make sure that you've got something to either give away or some hyper high value information that the attendees have to trade for their information. They give you their contact information, you're building your database, and in exchange that they get either something of value, information, education, a prize entered into a drawing, something along those lines. Talked about local businesses, chambers, HOAs, another great one. If you want to target a specific neighborhood, connecting with the HOA, whether it's yours or another HOA, and hosting events inside the community. And then partnering with local schools, amateur sports teams. Again, focus on low cost, high ROI activities. All right. And then lastly for this strategy, modern mailers. So I talked about mailers at the onset. So again, when we think of farming, we think of sending out postcards. And those traditional methods do still work, but we've got to add a modern flair to them to differentiate ourselves. So how do we create an effective mailer for this strategy? Well, first and foremost, this is critical, absolutely critical. You have to reframe your marketing collateral to be about your audience. It cannot be about you. I can't tell you how many times I get postcards in the mail and it's just listed, just sold, check me out, look at me, look at me. Now, do those work? They do. Any strategy done consistently enough is likely to generate results. However, if you reframe that message to talk about a pain point of your target audience, instead of just being about you, make it about them. Focus on their pain point. Have a growing family and running out of space. Well, somebody's going to see that, and they're going to see that hook, and then they're like, yeah, yes, it's going to resonate with them. Me telling them, hey, I just listed this home, or I just sold this home, that's not going to resonate with them. People take action based on emotion. It's psychology. So we want to tap into that emotion to get that reaction. So reframing the marketing collateral about your target audience, not about you. And then leveraging the strategies that we use for short form video content in the structure, which is hook, context, lesson, and CTA. If you're not super familiar with that, it's definitely something that we can cover in a strategy call or take offline. And then taking advantage of current technologies, such as things like QR codes to make it easy to scan, or lead capture funnels. An example would be Rebel IQ, like my team and I use for the real estate agents that we work with to help them capture more leads, build their database, and close more clients. All right, that's mailers. Now, again, don't sleep on the door hangers. Again, if we add the technology piece, door hangers work just as well because you get the canvassing of a neighborhood without the added expense of the mail cost. So door hangers can be effective. Go hire that 15-year-old to go around the neighborhood, hang them on the doors, pay him $50, piece of cake. All right. So that is our ultra modern farming strategy. It's across a number of channels, and you can do all, you can do some, but the wider you spread your net over those different channels, the more impact that you're going to have, the more well-known you're going to be in the neighborhood or community that you're trying to farm, and you're going to be well-known, trusted, and that's going to result in additional clients coming your way. We ran a tiny bit over, but I hope that this was absolutely worth your time, and that you've got some great new strategies to implement into your business. Now, with that, I'll say this as well. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have no priorities. So take one of these strategies and focus on implementing that, executing, perfecting. And then once you've got that perfected, then come back, let's add another strategy until you've added the strategies that you want to in your business and you're having success. All right. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this that I would give you an opportunity to sign up for the Powerhouse Real Estate Facebook group. That's going to be that QR code on the left-hand side. So I will not be sending this recording out. However, I will be putting it in the Powerhouse YouTube, Powerhouse Facebook group. So make sure that you go click on that QR code on the left-hand side, or they scan the QR code on the left-hand side, submit a request to join the Powerhouse Real Estate group. So that way you can get access to this recording. And then I also got a Powerhouse Real Estate YouTube channel where I put a lot of tools, strategies, resources, training, top producer interviews, all phenomenal content to help you as real estate agents do more business and impress your clients, take better care of them. So check those out. All right. If there's any additional deep dives that you want to do on any of these strategies, or if you want to talk about implementing these in your business, let's schedule a strategy call. Strategy call is a 55-minute session that we can dive into these strategies or other strategies that you want to implement. We can also use these strategy calls to diagnose any challenges that you're having in your business, so that way we can help you take your business to the next level and really grow a phenomenal real estate business. So scan this QR code. It's going to take you out to my strategy call calendar. Pick a day and a time that works best for you, and we can dive into those strategies. And then lastly, if we haven't already done so, let's connect. You can follow me on all the social platforms. Most of them I'm Will You Mortgage Me. And then on Facebook, I'm the Sean Richard. Make sure to download my digital business cards. So that way you've got access to all of my contact information, as well as some special tools and resources that I make exclusively available on my digital business card. I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining me on this webinar today. I hope that it was an absolute worth your time to be here. I always strive to provide more in value than I take in payment. So hopefully the free cost to get on today was worth every penny. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Sean with the Sean Richard Mortgage team and Powerhouse Real Estate. And I look forward to catching up with you next time. Take care, everyone.
The webinar has ended.